Hello and welcome back to the channel. So as you know, Joao Felix has made his debut against Fulham for Chelsea. And if you watched the game, Fulham beat them 2-1. Awful begin for Joao Felix in that London team. So basically, Joao Felix got sent off in the 58th minute and it was pretty embarrassing. Seeing Joao Felix perform to a medium degree and then get sent off gives me a good feeling since he rejected Man United. But basically, after a long transfer saga between Manchester United and Arsenal, everyone was kind of unsure where Joao Felix would go. He ended up going to Chelsea, and guess what? He left Atletico Madrid for the Atletico Madrid crisis and came to a Chelsea crisis. Basically, it's the same club just in blue instead of blue and red and white and red. It's an awful position that Chelsea are in at the moment. Losing 2-1 to Fulham is shocking, really. Look, Fulham are a good team, but Chelsea are in a crisis. But I have to say, if you're a Chelsea fan and you're screaming for Potter to be sacked, I think you should calm down a bit. He hasn't gotten the transfer window that he needs. He's got lots of players that cost a lot of money. That was bought by Thomas Tuchel. He didn't buy Fofana, he didn't buy Cucurella, he didn't buy these players. So you have to give him some time, because at the end of the day, it's not the players that he wanted. It's not the players that he wants to build his team around. So you can't judge him for what he does with these guys. But what you can judge him on is the fact that these players are pretty good players. And I think he shouldn't be losing to Fulham. I think he should be a bit more up in the table. So yes, Graham Potter is underperforming. Yes, that entire Chelsea team is underperforming. But you have to remember, you have to give Graham Potter a bit more leeway, since one, he didn't have a summer transfer window, and two, the players just are very bad. But back to Joao Felix, right? So if you're Chelsea, you would know that you need a striker. So you already have Kai Havertz in your ranks. Now, you've been playing Kai Havertz as a striker for a bit, and he's not scoring goals, is he? He's not scoring goals because he's not an out-and-out striker. So what do? So you need an out-and-out striker. So you go and buy Joao Felix, which is literally a clone of Kai Havertz. Joao Felix is literally a smaller, more agile, more creative version of Kai Havertz. He's not an out-and-out striker. He can play a false 9, he can play at left wing, he can play cam, he can play right wing, and he can technically play striker. But he's not an out-and-out striker. He's not the type of player that's going to get you 30 goals a season. It's just not going to happen from someone like Joao Felix. He might get some assists, he might get some goals, but he's not the player that Chelsea need. They didn't need Joao Felix. They needed an out-and-out striker. That's what they needed. Since Lukaku didn't work out, you'd think, alright, they go ahead, they buy a striker. The thing is, Timo Werner didn't work out, Lukaku didn't work out, so they need a striker, and they did not get one. Now, I don't know if it's going to happen for the last few weeks of the transfer window. I highly doubt it. They did buy that one striker from, I think, Molde or something. I already forgot his name, but he's a youngster, you can't fill into that position. So Chelsea are struggling because they do not have a striker. They do not have goals in their team. I think they can defend if Trevor Chalobah does his job, unlike the Fulham game, and if Kepa Arrizabalaga does his job, unlike the Fulham game. So they have a few players in that team that's the massive weakness right now. Your Kepa Arrizabalagas, your Azpilicueta, who's a bit aging. Trevor Chalobah was bad in the Fulham game, even though he has been good in other games this season. Kovacic isn't really himself anymore. You don't have that out-and-out striker, so you're kind of in trouble. If you're Chelsea, I just don't expect the Europa League finish, because it's not going to happen. Chelsea are in a massive crisis, and I think if you're a Chelsea fan, you should be happy by finishing 8th or 9th at the moment, because it's just an awful scenario for Chelsea, really. So I do think Joao Felix was the wrong signing. I think he's going to flop, but mainly because he's not what Chelsea need, and in that Chelsea system he's going to be a creator. He's not going to be a goal scorer. And Kai Havertz is trying to be a goal scorer when he should be a creator. So then you have two creators and one's trying to be a goal scorer. It's not working out. It's just not going to work out. And this 3-5-2 formation that Graham Potter has been playing, I don't think it's good formation. I just don't think it works. I mean, Azpilicueta can't really play that wing back role anymore, and they played this kid named Hall at the left wing back position because Chilwell and Reece James is injured. So there's another thing that you have to think about when discussing Graham Potter's position is the fact that he has a lot of players that are injured, and he can't do anything about that. You know, Reece James and Chilwell are very, very injury prone. They're good players, but they get injured quite a lot. So what they need is a player that's not Cucurella, because he is awful at the moment. Cucurella was such a good player at Brighton, but at Chelsea he has been awful. Defensively he's just not really good enough. He's a very good attacking player, but defensively he can't do the job. Really can't do the job. So when you think if you put him at left wing back he's probably going to do alright, but no, he just does not do the job. So unfortunately, I mean, if we think about it, just think of the players who are missing for that Chelsea squad. You have Chilwell, Reece James, and N'Golo Kante. Those are just the players off the top of my head who I can think of who I would normally see in that squad. Jorginho's on the bench because he's been awful for the last 2 seasons. He's just lost his form since winning the Euros. So Chelsea are in a very bad position. Now, they should have... I think they should... If I was Graham Potter, I would say to Todd Bowley, clear out most of that squad. Sell Jorginho, sell Azpilicueta, sell everyone that you can. Sell Kepa, just get rid. Another player who I just remembered is injured, Edouard Mendy. I think he's injured. He wasn't on the bench with the Fulham game, so who knows, really. I don't follow Chelsea, I'm just guessing here, really. But the thing is, they're missing a lot of players, and the next step for Graham Potter is get to the summer, survive to the summer. If he survives, I think he's fine. I think what he needs to do, he needs to clear players out, start bringing in players like, look, they signed Badiashile. He's going to be a good player for them, I think. So bringing him into the team would be good. They probably need a new goalkeeper because Mendy has also been awful and Kepa has been awful. So they probably need a new goalkeeper, get rid of Kepa in my opinion. So yeah, they have a lot of work to do. They need new midfielders. Jorginho's probably going to go. I think he's on... He only has a few months left on his contract, so he's probably going. N'Golo Kante only has a few months left on his contract, so he's probably going to go as well. So what Chelsea need to do is go out and spend a lot of money. And I know Todd Bowley has already spent very much money. But all of those players that he bought with that money was Thomas Tuchel players. Graham Potter has not gotten a lot of players. He got Badiashile and a young striker and now Joao Felix. So he needs a bit more, to be honest. Joao Felix is only there because Diego Simeone is still at Atletico Madrid. That's the only reason why Joao Felix is playing for Chelsea. He doesn't care about Chelsea, he doesn't care about the badge. He's just there because Diego Simeone is still at Atletico Madrid and he wants Diego to be sacked. That's about it. He's just waiting for the board to sack Simeone and then he'll go back. I think it's already discussed that he's going to sign a new contract at Atletico Madrid. So Joao Felix isn't a long-term solution for Chelsea. It's a short-term stopgap, which Man United are also doing with Weghorst. It's a short-term stopgap that might work, but it's probably not going to work. And I think Joao Felix is less likely to work in that Chelsea team than he was going to be in that United team. I think if he played for United, he would have probably done something. But with Chelsea, it's not going to work out. Promise you this, he's not going to work out. Chelsea and loaning players just do not have a good relationship. I know Dennis Zakaria has been an okay player, but he's only played like 3 games. Like, I haven't seen him play at all. So Dennis Zakaria has been a good player for them, but he rarely plays. Remember when they loaned in Saul Niguez, didn't work out. When they loaned in Higuain, didn't work out. There's a bunch of examples of Chelsea loaning players in, and it does not work out. So I think Joao Felix is going to become a part of that list. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. And let me know your opinion on this Joao Felix thing, and should Graham Potter be sacked? I don't think he should, but you know, everyone has an opinion. So tell me your opinion, and yeah, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. See you guys in the next video. Have a nice day.